Welcome back. In today's video, we are going to touch on another Linux machine this time. The machine name or the box name shares, and the machine is powered on. So in this machine, we will find the shares. We will mount the shares on our local file system, find the SSH key, and log in to the remote host, which is shares, of course. And then we're going to perform a privilege escalation by manipulating or abusing the sudo functionality. So basically, let's hop back. And here, the nmap scanning is a bit weird. Was a bit weird actually. I scanned the first time, I got all the ports. I scanned the second time, and I got some ports. So basically, what you shall do, I would scan all of the ports. If you go down, so what I would do here, okay, so I would sudo nmap disable ping discovery, right? And scan all the ports. And you can, instead of the CILT scan, you can use the switch SV. And unless you scanned all the ports, it wouldn't be easy, or it wouldn't be possible to find all the ports, all the available ports, the open ports actually. Because there are ports over 1024 that you won't find them unless you type or unless you scan for all the ports. Okay, let's hop back then. So basically, in the nmap scan, we found that we have 111, right? And as well, if we go down, we have 2049 NFS file shares. So once we know that there are file shares on the system, our next logical step is to mount them. So we split horizontally here, we go up. Okay, so in here, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna list the content here. So what do we have? Let's go, let's create a directory here for shares. Sudo main directory shares mnc. So we do have now the MNC. Let's cd to that MNC here and create another directory, shares. Great. Now we have the directories to which we're going to transfer the shares. We're going to mount the shares to these directories. So let's cd now to shares. All right. Now in the remote host, which is the name is shares, of course, we're gonna mount the directories. First, let's see what are the current shares on the remote host. So we can do that using the show mount command, sudo show mount -e, and the IP address of the remote host. That's how we enumerate the shares. So as you can see, the shares are exportable, as you can see, and we have the current share is home Amir directory. So we're going to try to export that share to our local machine. Normally, when we have shares, we can't export them unless there is an authentication mechanism. But since the machine is a whole lot of security vulnerabilities and misconfiguration, we're going to be able to mount the directory here or the share to our local file system, which is mount shares. So here, what we're going to do here, sudo mount -t NFS. The type of file shares is NFS. This is Linux, right? And oops, what was this? Okay, so now here we defined the type of the file share, the file system actually. Now the next step, we need to define the host, right? Okay, so the host now is 172.1.7.8, and here we define the share that we are willing to mount, which is home Amir, right? And the destination directed on our local file system, which in this case mount shares. Shares. Let's do that. let's see what we will get. Actually, here we're gonna get the whole directory of Amir, right? So ls, nothing. All right, so after we mounted the share on our local file system, we see here some stuff, right? So you see the bash history, which contains the commands that have been written on the console. We can see here sudo as admin successful, and we can see the SSH, right? So that's the first misconfiguration we have caught so far. No authentication to the public shares. So that's why we were able to dump them in our local file system. Now our next step here, we have the SSH directory, which means we can extract the private key and log in with that private key. So cd now.sh. So we have here the private key, right? ID rsa.back and ID rsa, right? So if we try to log in now with that private key, let's try that. So sudo sh and -i id rsa.back, and here the user is Amir at 172.31.1.7, and here we type the port. Of course, the port is non-standard port. The port was, let's find it down there, which is 27853. So 27853. So we type yes. And you see here we have the private key has a passphrase, right? So since we don't know the passphrase, we need to find it. So in order to find the passphrase out of private key, SSH private key, we need to use SSH to John in order to extract the hash, the password hash of that private key, and then use a word list from John the Ripper to crack that password. So let's control list here. SSH to, let's locate. SSH to John. Do I have this? I do have it. So let me copy the path. And here Python. So here ID rsa.back, and I'm going to output the resultant hash to a hash file. The hash file, it's better to separate the your own files with the shares that you have just mounted. So I'm going to place it in home, my name, and desktop. It's going to be hash. So let's go now to desktop. Nano hash. All right, that is the password hash. Now, after we acquired the password hash, we need to crack it. So let's clear and use John -- word list. In my case, it's gonna be user share word list, and I'm gonna use the the ordinary, the most commonly used word list, which is rock u.txt. The file is hash, and we enter. So the password for, as you can see, the clear text or the plain text password of the hash is found, and it is hello 6. Now we are able to log in with that private key here, given the password has been acquired. So clear, let's go to MNT, shares. Okay, so cd.ssh, clear, clear. And here we have the private key. Let's log in now. Sudo sh -i id rsa.pak, and the user is Amir at 172.31.1.7 -p. Don't forget the port. It is 27853. The password is hello 6. All right, so the password worked now, and we have logged in as the user Amir. So if we issued now ID to find out who we are, and ID, as you can see, we are Amir. Now, we can also issue some enumeration commands like finding out the operating system, uname-a. So it's Linux shares 4.15.0921. We have many ways. We have a multitude of options to enumerate and find the exploitation vector of every Linux system, right? But this machine is based on finding or abusing the sudo. So basically, if I type sudo -l, I see what can Amir do with the sudo, right? So I hit enter, and as we can see, we can use sudo without password for everything except Python 3 and pkexec. We need to, we don't need to put password here, right? If we use sudo as Amy on these commands. So basically here, I am not Amy, I am Amir. And there's no point of using all of the commands as sudo with no password as Amir, right? And we need to switch. So the hint here is that they're saying that, hey, Amy, right? You can use Amy as sudo with Python 3. So they're saying that, okay, switch from Amir to Amy as your next step. So for that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna minimize that. We're gonna open Firefox, and we're gonna head to GTFO pins to find out how we can abuse Python 3 when we have the right to issue sudo as another user. So here, go to Google. GTFO pins. Okay, so here we're gonna look for Python. Okay, here's Python. Let's go to sudo. We have sudo here, so that's how we're gonna use it. So sudo python -c import os. Okay, let's grab this. And now, this is Python 3, right? Okay. Let's go now here. Okay, so go back. In here, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna paste this, but we're gonna put sudo, and here the user will be Amy, right? Amy. Run. Password is hello 6. That didn't work. Okay. If we try sudo -u Amy, and we're gonna right off the bat use only Python 3. If I type ID, all right, who am I? Well, okay, we are here. We have just launched Python 3, right? Now we're gonna head back and use that import. We're gonna import bash prompt here. So okay. Right. ID. We are Amy now, right? So we have used sudo. Where were we? Okay. So here, as you can see, we have Amir can run Python 3, right? With sudo as user Amy. So we have used that, as you can see, and we got Python prompt here. We imported uh, bash shell here to the command line, and we are Amy, as you can see. Now the next step here, let's try the same with Amy and see what Amy can do with sudo -l. So basically, Amy here can run user bin SSH, right, with no password as sudo. So how can we abuse that to elevate our privileges? So let's go back and put here, look for SSH. Let's head to sudo. So all we have to do now, sudo ssh-o proxy command. I'm not sure I understand this. Okay, let me copy that and write ID, and as you can see, we are root now. So what's the problem now? Why we were able to do that, right? What was wrong that enabled us to elevate our privileges so easy from user to user, jumping from user to another user? The problem is, as usual, the sudo. Sudo shouldn't be any user, any regular user like Amer or Amy. They shouldn't be able to use sudo on such these commands, right? All right, they can you can give these users privileges to run Python 3, but not as sudo. The only user who can run sudo is either the root or an authenticated user with username and password. A user like Amer or Amy, they shouldn't be able to run sudo without password, without a clear authentication mechanism. This is very messed up. This is the worst thing I mean, this is the worst thing you can have on any Linux system, running sudo without authentication. And there are a lot of these instances out there. If you just spare some time and look for these instances on the internet, you can find many systems with such kind of horrible mistakes. All right, that was it, and see you in the next video.